Hey everyone, Iron here with the
General
usual
CJG
people.
here.
Yes, General, and
The Shadow King, King Natsu, embraced darkness and it gave you unlimited power.
And this time, guys, oh my! Just when we thought we couldn't get any worse, well,
yeah,
just check the title of this video.
yes.
Oh God!
I mean, honestly, this is gonna be a fun ride.
Oh, get ready, guys. Get ready. I want to do it. Let's do this.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Dear LucasArts. Wait, you know what? No, this isn't the right way to do this.
Rest in peace, LucasArts.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same guy from
It's me, Austin. I've been playing LucasArts games almost as long as I can remember, going all the way back to the dark ages of the 90s and the amazing point-and-click adventure game Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Along with the masked renegade Zorro, Indiana Jones was my favorite hero as a child. Huh. You know, I also had a crush on Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman in Batman Returns. You know, that's a lot of whips. Probably was an early warning sign.
Riveting.
Proclivities. Where was I?
Oh, that's
right.
something.
LucasArts. I love you guys. You and the rest of the expanded universe are single-handedly responsible for saving the Star Wars franchise during the crisis known as the prequel trilogy.
Of course.
Let's stop right there.
Oh my fucking God!
Oh,
Of course.
A prequel shaming, of course.
Oh my fucking God! You know when I first when I first heard that right now, I thought he was going to say that you saved Star Wars from almost dying out in the 80s. You know?
yes,
I thought he
literally.
said that. But no, at the time of the prequels. Oh fuck.
No, you're like 10 years off. It saved the Star Wars franchise in the early 90s.
Yep.
With the Thrawn trilogy and Dark Empire.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. Yep. That is where you legitimately saved Star Wars. And here, oh my fucking God, are you gonna the prequels didn't ruin shit?
Literally, nothing was ruined. Oh.
Anything to say, King?
You guys pretty much already beat me to the punch to it.
Oh.
All right,
okay.
so
Well, let's continue.
I'm at 102.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Writing, you've managed to keep people interested in a franchise that was in danger of devolving into a pile of George Lucas's dried spunk. So for that, I thank you.
Oh my
Now
God.
that we've gotten this out of the way, I
Good
have to
grief.
tell you something. Something that's been bugging me for years. And that thing is this. Your lightsabers make no goddamn sense.
Are you kidding me?
It's in a
And to be
fictional
entirely
universe.
fair, this isn't technically your fault. You didn't invent the things, but we are a video game channel, and so, you know, I have to justify this rant somehow. You know, when I was a kid, I always wanted a lightsaber. I imagined myself getting revenge on the dickheads in my science class who, for some reason, liked to validate their masculinity by throwing shit at the back of my head. I'd show them, chow, no more dicks for you, motherfuckers. But although I got older, realized my own inner sexiness, and stopped giving a shit about what mediocre, accomplished nothing.
That's a
suburban
subjective
fuckheads thought,
phrase.
I never quite lost my love for these fantastic fantasy weapons. They're just damned cool. Of course, I'm soon to be a parent now, and I find myself becoming increasingly aware of everyday dangers that surround us, both real and fictional, and lightsabers are fucking dangerous. I never really appreciated this before.
Whatever you say, Miss
Barblowski.
Barblowski.
Glowy versions of the sticks me and my friends used to fake sword fight with. And you know what? Even those goddamn sticks are dangerous. I got gored more than once and hid what I'm pretty sure was a wound that needed stitches from my parents. I still have the scar, but no.
Maybe you just had a weak
Lightsabers
constitution.
are way worse than sticks, swords, and as you'll see in a little bit, maybe even goddamn guns. let's back up for a second and rehash the lore of lightsabers. Lightsabers are flashlights that emit deadly as fuck beams of energy and are capable of cutting through just about anything under the sun, or under two suns as the case may or may not be. On a basic level, they're comprised of a few things: a power cell, a few focusing crystals, because this is goddamn space magic, you gotta have your fucking crystals, thingy-mabobbers, circuits, channels, and all kinds of shit. You flick a switch and energy does things, and okay, it's all bullshit, all right? It's all bullshit. Originally, in the back when times, they were attached to battery packs that were strapped to a Jedi's waist like ugly-ass fanny packs, but eventually they took on the modern, awesome form that we've become familiar with. And, of course, we got weird iterations like Darth Maul's saber staff, Kylo Ren's what-the-fuck thing, and at peak absurdities, lightsaber whips, because at some point, writers stopped giving a shit and just snorted all the coke in the room. Now, let's set one thing straight. Lightsabers are not.
Okay, what do you want to say, King?
Okay, I will at least admit that he does have some knowledge about the EU and how lightsabers work.
Yes, I can give him that credit for that.
I'll give him credit on that one too.
Oh, by the way, I can hear your videos echoing in the background. It'll interfere with
Mine is paused. Mine is paused.
No, before, when it was going, I could hear it echoing in the background.
Oh, well, it wasn't me. I'm using headphones. I think it's King.
Oh, should I put headphones on?
Yeah, I think you should. Anyway, so yeah, when you're ready, King, tell us. Is that all you wanted to say, or something?
Well, I say.
Oh, sorry.
I also wanted to add that this whole video is pointless because it's a different universe. I mean, they don't apply in the same rules as the real world.
You literally cannot apply the laws of physics to science fiction.
Yep. Not to mention, this guy was also cheating on the lightsaber being super ridiculous, because apparently there's no way a fucking lightsaber whip can science fictional universe. Oh God. But yeah, I think we should. Well, let's continue, because this gets worse and worse the more we watch. Actually.
Yeah, I can tell.
So, okay, right. In what minute you are, guys?
I'm on 346.
Yeah, I'm there too.
Okay, then let's go. We're all together.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Actual swords made of light. That's what we call a laser, and they don't just magically stop at a certain length. They go on effectively forever. Plus, they don't behave like light either. They physically interact with surrounding materials, creating resistance for the wielder. This is not how light behaves. Now, the lore for lightsabers does indicate that the blades are massless, which is nonsense if they're not actually made of light. But, you know, I'll buy that they're very, very light, if not actually massless.
Let's pause right there.
Okay.
Okay. In Star Wars lore, it's not made of light. It's been established both in Disney Star Wars and the old EU that it's made of plasma.
Actually, he actually tackles this. And
oh, really? Does he?
Yeah.
He mentions it later on in the video.
Actually, he mentions it in the next 5-10 seconds. So let's continue.
All right, let's go on. 3, 2, 1.
You kind of
Modernity seems to have caught up with lightsaber technology, and everyone seems to be saying that the blades are made of plasma these days. And you know what? That's a brilliant choice. Plasma, as we've gone over many times on this channel, is a gas, or really any substance, that's been either heated up to an incredibly high temperature, compressed to an incredibly dense density, or a mix of the two to the point where the electrons start going berserk. Some atoms have more electrons than they should, others have less than they're supposed to. Cats and dogs are living together. It's mass hysteria in a plasma. As a result, these atoms get either a positive or a negative charge. In fact, it's this quality that gives lightsabers their first major feature, and is incidentally one of the first things we actually see a lightsaber do in Star Wars. Deflection of blaster fire. Blasters, which also fire plasma because I guess we're just
gets
going to be as
bullshit.
irresponsible as we can with materials capable of melting your face off, can be deflected by lightsabers. In theory, because they both carry the same magnetic charge. Have you ever tried to stick two magnetic ends together when they have the same charge? It doesn't work, they just push away. Unfortunately, we hit our first little snag here. For one, while atoms in the plasma state are totally ionized, not all the atoms in the plasma ionize with the same charge. In fact, while one atom loses an electron, it's likely that another atom will pick that up, either replacing one that it's lost or giving it more than it's supposed to have. As a result, most plasmas as a whole have a neutral charge. Of course, even in our own world, we've had luck manipulating the magnetic fields of plasmas to be either primarily positive or primarily negative, but this doesn't exactly fix our problem. In order to deflect a plasma, it would definitely have to have the same charge as your lightsaber. If it were the opposite charge, it would actually get attracted to the blade, gaining velocity as it approached, and you'd risk it flying through the lightsaber entirely and smacking you in the face even faster than it would have if
Okay, do you want to
left
stop here?
alone. An easy
Yeah, pause.
Wait. Continue a little bit.
Okay.
Because apparently.
Okay, now pause. It's
No,
during the
pause,
commercial.
yes.
Okay, I'm still
Yeah.
hearing something in the background.
Not me.
No, I put the headphones on.
Alright, so let's continue on.
Yeah.
Three,
No,
two,
were we
one.
going to comment?
Huh?
Well, apparently this guy is saying that basically unless both the lightsaber and the blaster rifles have the same type of plasma in terms of its energy and energy output and whatever,
And also
high
and has the
Also
same magnetic pull.
Yeah, it is the only way they could legitimately deflect the bolts. So, yeah, that's what he's saying. Let's continue
I
watching.
do have a counter to that.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Okay, let's hear it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a force field holding the lightsaber blade together? I'm pretty sure that's how a lightsaber works in Star Wars. It's plasma held together by some sort of force field that contains it.
Could be, but what about beings that are not force sensitive and lightsaber?
Are you talking about blaster bolts?
No, I'm talking about
I think he
normal
means
people holding the lightsaber.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about normal people holding the lightsaber, non-force users.
Well, I don't know any people that normal people who can wield a lightsaber enough to like deflect blaster bolts. Maybe like a Mandal. Maybe like.
Not to mention another thing, Iron. If that was the case, the lightsaber Luke Skywalker was in the Ysalamiri in Force shields in the Thrawn trilogy. So I doubt it's legitimately a Force field. That's cute.
No, I'm not meaning like a field of the Force.
Hey
like
guys, I gotta take a minute.
ray shield, a force field. You know that kind of force field I'm talking about?
Oh, not force. You mean a force, some sort of energy?
Yes, a ray shield type thing is holding the blade together.
Okay.
That's that kind of force field.
Now that makes sense. Okay.
And when a blaster bolt is deflecting off, it's deflecting off the force
Okay, guys,
field.
I'm back.
Yeah. Hey, King. By
the
way,
it's deflecting off the force field that's holding the lightsaber blade together.
Indeed. By the way, guess what this guy says when it comes to that shit about having the same color. Guess what he says? In fact, he put it as a commercial for Jedi and Sith and people that are not force sensitives. Get ready for this.
No.
This is where it gets shitty.
All right, play the video.
Yeah.
All right.
623, by the way.
Huh? Wait, what?
623. That's where I am. So get
I'm
ready.
at 6:15.
Oh, that's a little too far. Okay, I'll go 6:15 then.
All right. 3,
King, you ready?
2, 1.
answer
Go.
to an ionized lightsaber would be to have a blaster that's capable of changing ionization at the flick of a switch.
Yep.
Meet the Jedi Slayer 9000! Are you a stormtrooper whose friends keep dying to pesky Jedi assholes who are sending your blaster bolts flying back at you? Pick up the Jedi Slayer 9000. The instant you see a Jedi starting to block your fire and send it back, just flick a switch and our handy-dandy blaster will start alternating ionized states, turning that annoying person in a robe into a glowing flesh pile.
Yes, that's the real life
Of course,
physics that he
lightsabers are
was
neutrally
using.
charged. Blaster bolts would just pass through them as though they weren't even there. Not exactly an ideal situation, but whatever. We've been over bolt deflection before. It's an awesome pony trick that, at the end of the day, is essentially made of bullshit. What about the good stuff? You know, like the cutting through anything like a hot knife through butter, severing arms, legs, heads, hands, and rendering even the most badass steel doors irrelevant? This is where lightsabers are not only fun as
Did you pause
fuck,
it,
but
Aaron?
totally...
Wait, where were we supposed to pause it at?
No, I just said that you paused it. But
I
yeah,
didn't, I'm
actually
still going on.
Oh, okay.
I'm at
I think you should
7:18 right now.
Yeah, I should pause there. I want to comment. Freaking time. Okay, first of all, that is a fucking real life thing. In fucking Star Wars, that shit doesn't fucking exist. If that was a legitimate thing, then probably Jedi would not even be bothering using lightsabers or Sith. Okay, I'm gonna comment on that shit because because it's so fucking retarded that apparently they're taking this as fucking seriously. Him and his 1 million viewers apparently.
Yep, I guess so.
That's retarded. What do you think of that, King?
I mean, it has different properties. I mean, you can't really compare lightsabers all that much to real swords and how they would function when deflecting projectiles.
Yeah,
Exactly.
indeed. Or this plasma versus that plasma. For all that matter. So yeah, 718 Iron?
Yep. And like I said,
Okay. Hmm.
lightsaber blade plasma held together by a force field.
Mm-hmm. An
It's
energy
deflecting
force field.
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
fucking feasible.
Oh, now what's he gonna say?
As opposed to being a single straight beam, lightsabers are actually a very narrow arc, so the material that's being heated up gets piped back into the lightsaber to be reheated. In theory, the plasma is contained and guided by a magnetic field, which, as I stated before, is a real phenomenon that we've seen in our real world. Now, while plasma seems fancy and science fiction-y, we actually use plasma all the time in our real world. It's in lights, TVs, and is even used to weld metals. That's right, plasma is used in our everyday world to cut through metal, just like Qui-Gon did in Phantom Menace. So, how hot would a lightsaber have to be in order to pull this off? Well, it depends. As I said before, lightsaber blades can't possibly be massless if they're plasma. They can, though, be light as hell. If we were to take, I don't know, 100 grams of our favorite gas to turn into a plasma, hydrogen, the blade would weigh less than 2 Snickers bars. That's pretty damn light. Steel is kind of a bitch. It actually has a relatively low specific heat capacity, the amount of energy needed to heat it up, than lots of other materials, but it's very, very dense. The average lightsaber blade has a diameter of a little over 2.5 centimeters, so in order for it to melt through, say, a 1 foot thick steel door, we have to do a little bit of math. Doing this math, we discover the volume of the steel the lightsaber needs to penetrate. Anything, we just
It's
need
not
to
even
the
the
density
same
of steel, and
fucking
we get
steel.
1.2 kilograms just for a good old stabbing. The melting temperature of steel
Was there a
is
death for?
800 degrees
Was there a
Kelvin, and the
funeral for
specific
comedy
heat is
before this video
0.49,
was
which
made?
means that for every
Pause.
degree raised, it takes 0.49 joules per gram, but that's not enough. You see, anytime a substance undergoes a phase change, going from a solid to a liquid or from a liquid to a gas, it requires a huge...
Did you say pause?
Yes, pause. Okay, first of all, he's basically comparing real life steel with steel Star Wars, which is a different steel.
Yeah, they're not the
way.
same thing.
They're not the same fucking thing. They're literally not. And if the fucking Star Wars universe says that lightsabers can cut through any fucking metal except some of the more resistant ones like cordite, then that's its fucking own universe rules.
Yes.
You cannot apply this to real life. You cannot apply this to
Frike.
real life. Why did I say cordite?
And-
That's from Metroid.
Various other things
cortosis.
as well.
Yeah, there's cortosis being one of the more prominent ones, but since it's a very rare mineral, that's why not many use it against lightsaber wielders.
Yeah, there's also Mandalorian iron that can resist
Beskar.
That too. Yeah. So using real life steel is fucking worth for this. God. Oh God.
Honestly.
This is retarded. Well, let's continue because this gets more boring. Let's go. Iron?
What number were we on?
Oh, 9.5.
I'm at 907.
Oh, okay, 907. Fair enough.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Huge jump of energy to make that leap, which means that for every gram of steel, we need an extra 293 joules of energy. Damn it! Pushing all this shit together, we get 1.2 megajoules. All right, that's a lot, but, you know, not ridiculous. In order to get this hot enough using our plasma sword weighing 100 grams, our blade would have to be heated up to a balmy 3,000 degrees Kelvin. Awesome! Well, it's good to know that some things about this fantasy world aren't complete bullshit. Of course. Well, this creates some problems, the least of which being that lightsabers at this temperature would effectively have no color at all and would be a blinding white light.
Are you kidding me?
Speaking of blinding, what we
It's
have
fiction!
here
Who
is
cares?
effectively a plasma welding torch. Granted, a slightly cooler
I can
one
hear
than
someone in the
most because of
background.
the larger volume of hydrogen, but a torch nonetheless. And there's one thing you'll
not me.
notice in all these movies, in all these video games, comics, and
I was-
books.
I was gonna make a comment, but you kinda already
At
made
these
it for me.
temperatures and masses, these blades are off-putting a staggering amount of ultraviolet light. Not enough to give you a sunburn, but way more than enough to burn your
Where are
goddamn
you guys,
eyeballs
by the
to
way?
death if exposed for too long. And Jedi
my
use these
bloody-
things all the fucking time. Their eyes should be practically useless, scabby husks of pus and
Okay, where did you
sadness,
pause, Aaron?
not to
Did you
mention...
pause?
I pause right now.
Okay. Okay, so this guy basically says that the lightsaber is so fucking intense in heat, according to real life materials and facts, by the way. Apparently, they are so freaking hot that even looking at them directly in front of you can literally get your eyes burned immediately. This is what this guy is saying, and that's why they're not using masks and everything to cover their eyes. That's what this guy is saying.
Does he not count all the people who use helmets and masks like Darth Vader?
Apparently, no. He means all the Jedi and Sith that are just lightsabers casual, no protection to the face. That's what he's saying.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the EU, didn't it establish that lightsabers actually don't give off any heat until they touch solid matter?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Like if you put your hand right next to it, you won't feel anything.
Interesting. Yeah, but apparently this guy is like, yeah, fucking hot that you shouldn't see it at the eyes. I for that I got this to say. It's a fucking fictional universe. It's not the same fucking thing. Oh God. This is where I'm. By the way, in this entire video, the guy never. It's either a theory or he's just doing this for fun. No. He's putting this as fact. By the way, he's putting it as fucking fact.
There's like comparing Valerian steel from Game of Thrones to regular steel, just because one is a lot stronger and near indestructible. It don't function under the same properties as real life steel.
It will also be the same. It would also be the same as me saying, so apparently the blocks in Super Mario Brothers, they should be a lot stronger because in real life blocks are more powerful. I'm like, and yet this red plumber with his super mushrooms manages to destroy, and I'm like, yeah, because it's a fucking fictional universe, one that's not based on real life, at least not in a super detailed level.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is shitting on Super Mario Brothers. Oh wait,
well, Mario's his head should be all cracked and bloodied from doing that.
Oh, actually, this guy shits on Metal Gear Solid 5, on Fallout, and many other franchises for the same way that he's cheating on lightsabers right now. The same exact way.
Sometimes he does it.
Oh,
Wow.
that's something. Yep.
All right.
Let's get this over.
Yeah, let's finish.
All right.
Ready?
3, 2, 1,
Now,
go.
all those sparks you see everywhere aren't like the harmless sparks you get while using a sander against a piece of metal. They're straight up molten steel and metal. One of these tiny sparks is hot
It's
enough to
fictional
sear through your
universe.
clothing and give you a vicious third-degree burn. This shit happens to real welders all the time. One slip up and a spark hits you where you're unprotected and your goddamn month is ruined. Lightsabers are way more dangerous to the person foolish enough to actually turn one on than they actually are to anybody wearing a white plastic helmet. So,
Repeat after me.
good living in a world where
Fictional
lightsabers aren't
universe.
real. I don't want one of
Fictional
them. They
universe.
seem fucking terrible. Now I see why folk are so hell-bent on ridding the world of Jedi. They're probably just burning down buildings and causing rampant third-degree burns everywhere they go.
No, they're not.
Zealous assholes.
Yeah, because it's not about
Sincerely,
religious
Austin.
beliefs or different views.
Yeah. By the way, guys, stop at 1:8.
PS.
Stop at
I
11:18.
actually have a little bit of extra time.
11:18.
Yeah, stop in there.
All right, I
Okay,
stopped.
so yeah, before we continue, because next is gonna get ragey. Even though we already got ragey, it's a fucking fictional universe. Once again, there's no fucking comparison between this and real life. I'm getting that fucking clear. Because okay, if we were comparing this, if we would do this to all the franchises, then imagine me doing this. What the fuck is wrong with the wands in Harry Potter? Shouldn't they be doing the same magic tricks like real magicians? They shouldn't be doing all sorts of spells that kill people and do all sorts of weird shit.
Ooh!
Or that
Some with
they,
Lord of the Rings or Wheel of Time. Or any of those other fantasy series. Ooh! They're doing magic! That
Yep.
doesn't exist in real life!
ooh, this boy's wielding a keyblade that could shoot fire and lightning. If that were the case, the lightning should be striking his metal key and causing him to be electrocuted.
Yep, this shows how fucking retarded this shit. It's stupid. If you're gonna compare real life with science, with fictional stuff, do it for fun or maybe for a theory. Don't do it as if it's legitimate fact, because then that means then it's fucking retarded, which is what this guy did. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Oh god,
You guys ready to deal with the next part?
is he gonna shit on the Force Unleashed?
No, it's
Yes,
even worse.
yeah. Oh yes, get ready.
Oh,
Get
God.
ready. Get ready. Ready?
3,
Ready?
2, 1, go.
For funsies, let's do one more thing as a bonus. The Force Unleashed was supposed to be awesome. Instead, it was mediocre, and it completely upended pretty much everything established in the expanded universe and otherwise about how powerful the Force is. Yoda, one of the most
Force
powerful
2 kinda
Force
did,
users in
but
the
that's
galaxy,
another
struggles
story.
to keep a
He's
tiny
talking about the first
pillar
one.
upright. But Starkiller, a shithead with an even more annoying name, is capable of downing a goddamned Imperial-class
my-
Star Destroyer in the worst quick-time event known to man. Imperial Star Destroyers are 1,600 meters
This
long and
idiot.
weigh over
This
6
fucking idiot.
million tons, aka an assload of kilograms. Using frames from the cinematic, we
That
can see
quick
that the
time
tip
event
of
is
the
not
Star
even
Destroyer
canon.
hits the ground at a 20-degree angle. Using our trusty geometry, we
Oh.
discover that it travels a distance of almost 560 meters in 1.4 seconds at a speed
I
of nearly
graduated from
400
college to
meters per
escape
second,
math,
which
not to
is
follow it.
faster than the speed of sound. The Star Destroyer experiences over 40 G's of acceleration, which means that for a brief period of time, it has a weight force of over
May I remind you guys that this guy did not even read the novel?
kilograms, or half the
Please,
mass
may I
of the
remind you
entire
that?
human population. For that brief 1.4 seconds, it would be like if you took half the people on our planet and just plunked them down in one spot. The kinetic energy needed to move this behemoth is over 454 trillion joules, or the amount of fucking energy a goddamn
I think all this effort
hurricane
could have been used to
releases in
check the
4
novelization of
seconds.
the-
God damn it! Starkiller is literally a fucking hurricane.
Christ,
And instead of, I don't know, just blowing up the engine with his apparently infinitely powerful force powers, he decided to be a complete shithead and just like throw it down like some sort of animal. What a
not even that
fuckhead
strong.
asshole! Thank you for watching my episode of
Okay,
Oh,
I got a few things to say. The Force Unleashed didn't ruin shit. And if you're complaining about Starkiller being overpowered, he isn't.
It isn't.
Seriously, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
a video this month if I get around to finishing my notes, debunking all this stuff about Starkiller that people say.
Yeah.
And he did
Yeah.
not. And if you
Yeah, if anything,
if you've read the novelization, which is the real canonical depiction of the Force Unleashed story.
It's called Events of the Force Unleashed 1 actually happened.
Yes, he didn't pull it down. It was already falling. All he did to
yeah,
it
he's not.
was basically guide it and redirect it as it was falling.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then he
he's not even
tilted
that
it so that it would go into a nosedive.
What were you saying?
Yeah,
Ken?
he's powerful. Yeah, he's powerful, but he's not uber powerful. I mean, people have compared him more to like Mace Windu.
Yeah, Grandmaster Luke Skywalker in the New Jedi Order books.
Oh,
Now, I haven't read the books yet, but I did hear he did this.
I will myself.
Yeah, he did pull down a Star Destroyer, but
No.
it required the help of.
Luke Skywalker moved a black hole with the Force.
Oh yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah,
Wait, in that case,
yeah,
I'll get to detail.
he used the Force to compress a black hole.
Oh man!
Think of how much mass that has, and compare it to a Star Destroyer.
That's insane! Holy shit!
And also, you completely forget that, Austin, what Yoda did in the Micro Series.
Oh yeah.
Yoda levitated a Tread Federation droid lander into the air.
4 actually. He levitated 4. He crashed
No, it was
2 at the same
2.
time. And he
lifted
crash.
1 in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, he used the Force and pulled the other down onto the one he lifted up in the air.
Yep, he's very powerful. And
So-
can I also mention this? Fucking gameplay portions in the Force and any fucking
Yes.
video game, the gameplay are not canon. Which, by the way, this guy thinks that Starkiller legitimately brought it down because of the QuakeTime event. Literally, because if you actually check the cutscene itself, you see the Star Destroyer is already going down, already in flames. Starkiller is just redirecting it. So the cutscene is actually following the book. It's just that apparently many people consider the cutscene following the QuakeTime event instead, which is bullshit.
Yes, with the video games, only the story happened.
And character and
it didn't happen how you play it.
And the lore entries is what happened.
Because
Yeah,
if you literally take gameplay footage as literal canon, that means the power-ups actually existed, health bars existed.
All Jedi can suck up a shit ton of bodies, losing a little bit of health and not dying.
So
Anakin can
literally,
perform.
gameplay footage is not
Anakin
canon,
can-
people.
Yeah, if it was, then Anakin performing Force lightning would be considered canon, despite he never used
Yeah.
it in Revenge of
Indeed. Or hell, Darth Vader could use Force Lightning according to the Episode 3 video game, the gameplay, in the multiplayer. Yeah.
Even though in Star Wars lore it said he's not really capable, but I mean he did use kinetite.
Yeah, but Kinetite didn't come from his hands. He created in front of him.
And it's
Yeah,
more like, and
He was only able to
And
do it
it's more
because
like
of the Kyber crystal, however you pronounce it.
What's
and
up,
it's more like a telekinetic blast than a Force lightning.
yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
forced destruction in a way.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Austin or Shoddycast or whatever, but you got this. Seriously, you should have ended your video on 11/19, but of course you had to shit on the Force Unleashed because everyone wanted to do that back in the day.
Oh, and it
It's
gets a
still
little
going.
bit worse.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it gets a little.
Oh yeah, it gets worse. Let's finish this, guys. 1 more minute.
All right, 3, 2, 1,
Love
go.
Star Wars! This one's actually pretty requested. I liked it. This was a lot of fun. I did.
That many people are that stupid.
I have always loved the Star Wars universe, and I really love the most recent movie. I have not played Knights of the Old Republic as much as I probably should have.
Which, by the way, that was the Force
I know that makes me a
Awakens.
terrible person, but
And
it's
he
true.
just said he didn't play
I
Knights of the
played
Republic.
the Old Republic or whatever the
And
MMO was,
frickin'
and I
tastic.
also played the game that for some reason is a million years old, and still no one has made a better lightsaber game than that, and that is Jedi Academy. I'm betting this is past Austin. I'm betting I used a bunch of footage from that game in the video, but the video, how did they not get better at it? They've had years to make a better lightsaber game, and they can't. They suck at it. Thank you to our Patreon supporters who made this show possible with their credible...
Pause 1410. Okay. So, to reiterate, we have a guy that made a video discussing lightsabers in Star Wars using real life, but he has not played several of the more important video games, like Knights of the Old Republic 1. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's absolutely absurd if you're trying to apply all fictional stuff to real life stuff, you pretty much would have no fiction whatsoever.
Exactly.
Yeah. You might as well just watch all sorts of documentaries based in real life instead of legitimately fiction, instead of enjoying fiction.
All right.
And of course, he had to shit on the prequels and say that he liked The Force Awakens.
Lol.
Yeah, he said he liked The Force Awakens, which, oh god.
Yeah, we're gonna do a State of Star Wars sometime in the next few months. Tearing that movie apart.
I am itching. I am excited to tear apart the sequel trilogy. I seriously want to tear them apart. I really want.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I really want to shoot on them.
But know this, Shoddycast, you're on our shit list now.
Oh yes. Sadly, yes, you are, Shoddycast. Yeah, indeed. And can you believe that this guy actually shits also on 6 materials stuff of Fallout and Metal Gear Solid 5 and much more?
And Elder Scrolls at time.
Oh yes, that too. Let that sink in, guys.
All right, so I think that's all we have to say.
Yep.
All right, people, let us know your thoughts on all this, and we will see you around.
Bye-bye.
Catch you again later.